BattleBots has had this new fight card out for a bit, and I've left enough time for all of you to check it out. So yeah, I'm doing a predictions video. Please tell me you didn't click on this video thinking it was the actual episode. That is not out. I will not be posting the actual episode, in case you were also hoping for that. Yeah. But that out of the way, this new episode looks stacked, like nearly as stacked as the last few episodes. And who knows, maybe it'll be the best one yet. There's certainly a lot of main event fights. Even one fight that I think very easily could have been the main event. But yeah, let's jump into my predictions for this episode. The first fight for this episode, we have Scorpios taking on Jackpot. Now, Scorpios, of course, one of the two Hammer Saws this year. Of course, the other one being Sawbars. We saw them last episode in the opening round, in the opening fight. But Scorpios looking new and improved this year. This will probably not be the configuration they will run when we do see them. They'll probably be running their impact hammer or whatever it is. Smash into Jackpot. They might run the wedge thing though, that they show here. Who knows? They have a million configurations. And I'm excited to see it. I do really like this. And it'll be fun to watch in this fight. Now for Scorpios' opponent, the double disc spinner of Vegas. Also on a budget. Well, I don't know if they're still on a budget, but whatever. So Jackpot is back this year. They have those lifting forks now. That'll be interesting, probably because they keep falling on their faces. That's happened nearly every time now. Please. No. But the main thing that I'm concerned about with this new Jackpot is that they might have invested too much weight into it. Like, if that lifter gets stuck up, they have no way of getting under their opponents. Yeah. But the new Jackpot looks really good. It's nice and fancy. As for what will happen in the fight and the results, I think that Scorpios will win this one, to be honest. I know that some of you will think Jackpot will win because they'll be able to lift Scorpios and take out the wheels. But those wheels have survived hits from Tombstone. But I think that Scorpios will win. Main reason being that if Scorpios in the face and box rushes Jackpot right in the weapon, if they bring that hammer saw down, since Jackpot's a double disc, it'll bring it right down into the middle of the weapon and possibly split it in half, and the weapon will just fall in and stop working. Though probably not. That'd be cool to see though. But it could go either way, really. Any fight could go either way. But I do think Scorpios will win this fight. Yeah. Sorry for that last one. There might have been some audio issues. But the next fight will probably be better than those audio issues that could have happened. And that is Death Roll versus Cobalt. Now, I'll cover Cobalt first because save the best to last of you. But Cobalt is this massively powerful spinner from Robotic Death Company and whatever they're called, Team Carbide. So you have so much experience throughout the team. It's just crazy. The weapon's probably more powerful. They're probably lower to the ground. Like, this Cobalt will be devastating. Hopefully they fix some reliability issues and like stuff like that. But its opponent is one of the most reliable and durable robots in Death Roll. Now, Death Roll is back and I love it, and I love Death Roll. One of my favourite robots, easy. And they've got a new stronger looking self-riding arm. And they've probably got forks or something on to slap on the front there. If not, they might struggle in ground game, though they do have that really big weapon which probably has a lot of reach, so that might not be as much of a problem. They can do like the witch doctor thing where the weapon is far enough out for them to hit their opponents. But who knows, maybe it won't be. I don't know. But I'm so excited to see Death Roll back, and this fight will be awesome. So, as for what I think will happen in this fight, so both robots, extremely good robots, love them both. But I think that Cobalt has a slight edge, it's probably like a 52-48 chance. If Cobalt were to win, I think how it would win would be getting underneath Death Roll and just slamming it around, maybe taking out a wheel or something. I don't know, but Death Roll's durable, so it might survive the full distance against Cobalt. As for how I think Death Roll could win, one key thing is that if it gets around to the side or something and hits it, Cobalt can't really self-ride. Now that's an issue because they're facing another vertical spinner, and Death Roll is rather good at flipping things over. Endgame, they've done it a few times, but that's how I think Death Roll win. Cobalt getting stuck on their back or something. I don't know, but this is almost guaranteed to be a great fight, and I can't wait to see it. And yeah, I'm really excited to see this fight and what plays out in it. Next up is BattleBots Resident 4-bar flipper Lucky taking on yet another big, scary, powerful horizontal spinner in Triton. Now, Lucky, of course, is a 4-bar flipper. That's what I said just before. I know. Definitely will be hindered by those new sand panels on the out of the arena spots. Maybe not though. Maybe Lucky can still get out of the arenas, and the upper deck is also there to help it. Back, hopefully, a good wedge. Or maybe they don't need it. Maybe they'll just get, I don't know, Lucky. And its opponent is Team Overboard's newest spot, Triton. Now, there's two certain other robots that I think of when I see Triton. One of which being Tombstone, and the other being, whatever his name is, Depth Charge. Now, if you don't know Depth Charge, watch Nork Havoc Live. There's a link somewhere in my YouTube channel in subscriptions or something. But it's also got some of Deep Six's weapons, I'm pretty sure. But it looks crazy powerful, and who knows, maybe it'll pull a Tombstone and win a giant nut because it just causes too much damage to its opponents or something like that. But it'll be cool to see against Lucky. As for how this fight will go, so this one, it's either going to end up like very similar to Loki's fight against Orbiblade, or we're gonna have a very lucky smoothie. So option 1, Loki smacks depth charge with its weapon at full speed into the wall, breaks the weapon, then starts flipping it around, wins the judge's decision. I don't know, something like that. The other one, depth charge just chops Loki to pieces and takes out all the wheels, something like that. I don't know. The next fight is with new added front stuff, and that is Lockjaw versus Malice. Now, Lockjaw now has, you know that wedge they used to have, like that rear plow thing that they would use against horizontal spinners, but ended up losing them like a lot of fights because they couldn't actually do damage. Yeah, they've now reinvested their weight into the front, which I think is a very smart decision. That way they can connect to the weapon more often while facing horizontal spinners like Malice, but the only problem is that it makes their wheels more exposed, which could be a problem. I don't know. Then on the other hand, you have Malice. Now, Malice has forks on a horizontal spinner. Yeah. I'm not sure what those are there for. I'm questioning it. Like, why? Why the forks? I mean, if you're gonna have forks, put it on a vertical spinner. Or vertical Malice. I don't know. Wait. Vertical Malice confirmed? But their wheels seem to be thinner. Maybe that's where they got the weight for those forks from, or they've taken it out of the armor. Either way, they've taken the weight out of something. As for how this fight goes, I've got to say I think Lockjaw's gonna win this one. Now, the reason being that the forks on Malice, they're not gonna really do anything. Lockjaw will probably get underneath them, hit them up, get to the sides. Donald Hudson's a great driver. Take out one of those like thinner looking wheels, just rip it off completely. You've got a half dead Malice already. Then it'll be like a cat playing with a mouse, or a Malice. I don't know. And Lockjaw will probably take out the other wheel, and Malice will be dead. I don't know, I just think that Malice probably won't win this fight. Who knows, maybe they'll prove me wrong though. But this next one, you've got to admit, it's quite ominous. So, it's Ominous versus Claw Viper, and they've given Claw Viper another vertical spinner. But talking about Ominous first, you have that 3-wheel drive, omni-wheel directional, double disc spinner, and I'm already confused. Yeah. Ominous looks interesting, but it looks more like a theory rather than like an actual competitor, more like, you know, the lines of a Wilden or OB Overlord, one of those robots, something like that. Then you have a robot that I personally really like, and that is Claw Viper. Now, Claw Viper hasn't been doing well these past years, But what do you expect when you give a robot like Claw Viper a bunch of the biggest, baddest spinners around? Like, they gave it Bloodsport, Hijinks, Black Dragon twice, Mad Cattle. Robots like that, they've constantly given it just big bad spinner after another. And hopefully they do better this year. I really like this new Claw Viper. I've always really liked Claw Viper. They've got their lifter things made out of metal now. Hopefully it's more durable. And hopefully they can win a few fights this year. As for how I think this fight will go, I personally really think that this is going to go in Claw Viper's favour. I don't really think that Ominous will be able to self-ride. I think it'll be like an Claw Viper versus Part of My French situation. Claw Viper box rushes, stops the spinner, lifts it up, game over Ominous. And that's all Claw Viper really needs to do. Flip Ominous over. I don't think they'll be able to self-right because of those weird wheels. Who knows, maybe Ominous will have like the most powerful spinner in the world. Claw Viper in pieces across the box. I don't know, probably not, but it'll be cool to see what happens. Next up is what I think the main event probably should be, and that is Bloodsport versus Copperhead. And oh my gosh, how was the main event? You have two of the best robots in the world fighting each other. But so here's the two robots competing. So you have Bloodsport, who is this massive horizontal spinner. They now have new wedgelet things. I believe they're called flexlets or something. New self-rider arm, new motor, things like that. New wheels by the looks of it. Maybe they're even double wheels. Guys used to have, and possibly new weapon options. Well, definitely new weapon options. And you have Copperhead. And Copperhead is probably one of, if not the best drum spinner in the world. Now, this year they do have a new captain. Surprisingly, third season in a row. And they have a slightly new paint deco. Other than that, they seem to be mostly the same. They also have new wheels that are more durable, because fixing major problems here. Not like the wheels were already like more durable than grass. But yeah, the new Copperhead looks awesome, and the new Bloodsport as well. But Copperhead is one of my favourite robots ever, and I personally really love this robot. It's really cool. As for what I think will happen in the fight, I think both weapons will get up to speed, like really quickly, and then there'll be a massive collision. Bloodsport will be sent up into the air and flying across the arena. Copperhead will be sent cartwheeling. There'll be chunks of weapon everywhere, and it'll be pure chaos. And it'll be like almost like both weapons constantly just smashing into each other. Maybe I think Copperhead will end up with the advantage, because vertical drum spinner, whatever it's called, it will end up getting like more gravity damage as well. But these are two former 2 and 3 seeds, and this will be one to watch. Then we have our true main event, which is Hydra versus Rotator. Now, Hydra, I believe they've already confirmed this. They're going with that, with like those fused wedgelet things that they went for last year, as well as a bigger wedge thing on the front so they can take more hits from a rotator. But I want to see Hydra flip something. It's so cool to see. Also, it's a nice looking robot, like it looks cool. And it's one of the Team Archie robots. They're really good robots. We saw Fusion last episode, taking on Emulsifier, and now it's the counterpart's turn in Hydra. And yeah, now Hydra's opponent is Rotator. Now, is it me, or is there something missing around that wheel area? Yeah, they've lost their wheel guards. Personally, I think that they probably did help them survive Tantrum. Not Glitch, but Glitch destroyed everything. Water. And they're probably running their forks configuration like on the back. And you see him on screen. And Rotator looks more golden than ever. Who knows, maybe they'll even win a championship this year. Which would be cool to see. First horizontal spinner to win a championship since Tombstone. Will happen, Rotator will start backwards with those forks facing outwards. Oh, I know, I just remembered they have their weapon on top. I think Hydra will probably get under them. We'll see basically Hydra vs Robot, except Rotator might get underneath Hydra and just chop off Hydra into smithereens. But who knows, maybe Hydra will even like puncture a wheel with the flipper and Rotator won't be able to drive. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like the first hit, Hydra just kills Rotator's wheel. That'd definitely make the main event anticlimactic, which I don't really want to see, but who knows? I think Hydra will probably win this one. But who knows, it's BattleBots. So that just about wraps up this video. This looks like it could be the best episode yet. There's a lot of good looking fights. Lots of high quality robots. And there's going to be plenty of action. We already knew that. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be on Discovery Plus. You know, Discovery. There's probably going to be YouTube videos with that are just the episode. Who knows? But this episode looks stacked. And I can't wait to see it. And honestly, BattleBots this year is just looking better than ever. And there's so far not been a bad fight. So yeah, that's the end of the video.